Welcome to ATI Pro Media live at 9 o'clock here. It's Thursday, getting through the week, March 13th. We got a grain market today. You can look at your grain markets today. Wheat is rallying, up 16 cents here. Good to see. Nice looking board. So got some headlines to run through. We'll talk a little Russia-Ukraine stuff. We'll talk a little export sales. Had those out this morning, the weekly export sales. Ethanol production, run through some of that stuff. Updated on the drought map. Connor B, he is still enjoying one last day of family time, and that's a great thing. So I'm going to have to follow through with yesterday's promise of bringing you guys some drought data and looking at the updated drought monitor. I tried to put that on him, but yeah, what comes around goes around, I guess. So here, let's dive into your markets, and we'll run through your markets here and get you updated. Oh, look at that. That's lot number 6. He's DVAR Gunsmoke. He sells tomorrow. I'm going to flash the catalog up later, but looking at your board, May corn up 8 3/4, 469.5. May beans up 15 1/4 at 10.15, above that 10 handle. Soy oil is a little bit weaker. Soy meal's up 9.50, 309.70 on your soy meal. Wheat is up 11 cents on Chicago May KC wheat. KC wheat is up 16 cents, 5.89 on your May KC wheat. July new crop KC wheat, 6.02, crossing above that $6 handle. That's good to see. Feeder cattle market, a little bit mixed, weaker here, down 20 points on the April. 280 on the board still after a really strong day yesterday, though, so not bad values out there to be looking at. Live cattle, they're a tick firmer as well, but nothing to shine. Nothing too exciting. April is 201.475. Good day yesterday in your cattle market. Hogs are a little weaker, down 35 points in your April, 86.15. May hogs down a buck, 89.40. Don't like that. Crude's down 64 points. Diesel's down 1.7 cents at 218. Nat gas is down 7.5. Dynamic markets on your energies. The Dow 174 lower, 41,230. The S&P down 39 points. The NASDAQ down 235. The Russell down 12. Bitcoin down 1,200. 82,000 on the money. Gold's up 12. Silver's down 13 points. The U.S. dollar tick firmer as well here out of the gate. So, oh, look at that sunset. Love that. Russia rejects a U.S. brokered ceasefire deal. That's one of the big headlines here. Russian negotiator dismissed the U.S. brokered proposal for a ceasefire in Ukraine. Kremlin said its forces were in the final stages of ousting Ukraine's army from Russia's Kursk region. And a senior aide to President Putin said the 30-day ceasefire would only allow Ukraine forces time to regroup. There is nothing other than a temporary timeout for Ukraine soldiers, nothing more. Our goal is a long-term peaceful resolution. So a lot more talk needing to happen between Russia and Ukraine. The deal's not quite done yet, but hopefully we get to a better spot there and can wrap that up quickly for the people in that region for sure. Jumping over, we'll run through your export sales. Solid week. Those are out here this morning. 38.1 million bushels on the week for corn, 27.6 above the top end of the expected range on your soybeans. Wheat came in at 28.8, really, really firm, probably leading to some of that wheat bid there. Expected range was 10 to 24, and we come in at 28.8 million bushels. So nice and firm there. Hard red, winter, and white wheat were the big leaders when you break it out by commodity groups on that sector. Sorghum, there's a little bit on the board there, 1.3 billion bushels, but nothing to get real excited about on the export front. Wheat exports this week, that firm print is up 83% from the prior 4-week average. So definitely notable increase and jump on the wheat export side of things. That's good to see. Looking over ethanol, we have the EIA reports out every week. It's kind of a weekly supply and demand, a WASDE report for the ethanol, which is wild. I'd love to see it in grains too. That'd be pretty awesome. But looking at your ethanol stuff, production was solid. We were at the 1.062 million barrels per day for the week ending March 7th. That was down a tick versus last week. But up 3.7% versus last year. Stocks were little higher than the average trade estimate. They were up a tick. Still pretty. Kind of got to watch those ethanol stocks. We don't want those building too crazily. So we need to see strong gas demand. We need to have people out there driving around and burning some of that fuel and going places like maybe Connor with the family traveling around. Good for you, Connor. Burning some of that ethanol. Hopefully you're filling your tank with some E15 or E30. But all right, let's roll through. What do I got next here? The drought monitor. This is supposed to be where Connor jumps in, but I'll take over and do it for you, Connor B. Drought monitor. Here's a flash this year versus last year. Continue to look in that Western Plains area. Definitely some stuff going on there. And when we look at by commodity, you got to keep in mind these drought monitors. They're delayed. They're behind. It takes a while for the drought monitor to catch up with reality. When we look at that, 60% of corn production is within an area experiencing drought. That's definitely notable. And you throw up 24% of wheat production. These might be a week or so old. I don't like those. It reflects March 4th. But nonetheless, this is the one I wanted to show you and lead into. All right, this is surface moisture, grace-based surface moisture. This is at top 2 inches of top 2 centimeters of soil moisture there, and you can kind of see some early indications of some topsoil that's a little parched and needs some help. But good to see a little blue there up in Nebraska and South Dakota there. But keep in mind that drought monitor delayed, and it takes a while for things to catch up to reality. But got to keep our eyes on it. That's a story going forward here in the U.S. So pay attention to that. All right. Yeah. Oh, other notable thing happening, 56% of Brazil's second crop corn, under half of normal precip over the last 30 days. We talked about that a little yesterday. Need to get some Brazil precip maps coming out. It's the driest start in 7 years for that crop. Worthy headline here. So pay attention to what's going on there. A lot going on in your grain markets. Appreciate you guys joining me today. It's good to see them rallying. Gonna wrap the show up here and have a short show. I got to get on to a bull sale. We're hauling bulls to Winter Livestock Dodge City, getting ready for our sale tomorrow, March 14th. We're selling 130 some bulls. It's going to be on DV auction. If you're bored looking for something to do, or if you just want to buy a bull, you can buy a bull on DV auction. Everybody needs a bull. I don't know why you wouldn't need a bull. Put a bull in your backyard. Be a fun time. They're great pets, friendly. Kids will love them. But anyway, May corn's up 6.5, 467. New crop corn 451 1/4, up 3 cents. Trying to hold on to that 450 level. We closed above 450 last week. That was solid to see. Hopefully, we can hold on to that and close it above there again today. I might pull a wheat chart in real quick if I can. I think it's worth looking at. I want to look at wheat, if I can here. Bear with me. Center stage here. Full screen. All right, look at that. We're up to the 200. This is Sep wheat. I want to look at July wheat. $6. Look at that. Nice rally off the lows there. Actionable type of level. Back above the 50-day moving average. Good to see. Tickling that 200-day and the 20-day are right there at the similar levels. Throw a Fibonacci retracement on this bad boy and see what we have retraced here. Half back, approaching half back of the sell-off from looking at that mid-February to late early March sell-off, dollar type sell-off. We've retraced and recovered about half of that move. So if you're in the wheat market, you got some wheat bushels to look at. Not a bad spot to go in and say, hey, I was a little nervous a couple days ago. Maybe I ought to be doing something here today. So pay attention to that. With that, yeah, let's dive in. We got a comment over there. Let's look at that farmer bread. What was the price of wheat when the Ukraine-Russia war started? That's a good question, Brett. Gosh, I'd have to go back more than now. Luke, that's a classic comment. Right. True that. That's accurate. So here's a weekly looking at KC wheat front month, maybe. Here we go. Long term, when did that war? We're back here in the 2021, 22 time frame. So definitely. But long term, I mean, my grandpa has a saying, has told me, he said, Brady, I gotta go. I gotta get off of this first. You got to see me to do this. Said, Brady, I've sold a heck of a lot more $4 and $5 wheat than I have $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $12 wheat. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, cost of production has changed throughout his lifetime and all of our lifetimes, and will continue to. But I don't know, respect where the market's at. And when you get rallies, it's always great to see a Croc said it was 7. Croc's on top of it. Good stuff, Brett. Good stuff. All right. Well, we'll get the full crew back tomorrow. Connor B is going to be back in the building, and I'll be live streaming from the bull sale. If you guys are, join us tomorrow. Appreciate you joining me today. Good to see a bid in your markets. I'm going to click the button and get out of here because we got to go move some bulls. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see y'all tomorrow.